Hey y'all, in this video I'll be showing you guys how to set up your Google Search Console report so that you can see some information about your website, and we're going to jump right into it. So if you haven't already done this before, it's quite simple, but there are a couple of steps that you need to do. So this is for new website owners who need help setting up their Google Search Console. And so we're going to do just that. So if you haven't already bought in your domain name and your web host, those things typically go together, then you're going to need to do that first before you can set up Google Search Console. So you're going to want to click on this little tool here in the upper right left hand corner, and if you're new at doing this, yours will look a little bit different. Just do a Google search results and type in Google Search Console, and it'll walk you through the setup, but eventually you'll end up doing the same thing. So click here, click on add property. And then from here, you're going to type in your website name. So I have a website name that we'll be using. For example, it's called Soul Power Things. What was going to be an affiliate website, but we're going to use that. For example purposes. So type that in here. And then what we're going to have to do, this is the fun part, is verify the domain ownership via a DNS record. So what does that mean? So we need to go over to your web host provider. I'm using Hostinger, but what they're saying here is basically it's very simple. I'll walk you through it with an over-the-shoulder recording here. They want us to set up a TXT file. We want to copy these records here, and we want to verify the changes. And once we've done steps 1 through 3 here, we click on verify to finish the last step. So head over to your web host provider, click on your domains and select a domain that you want to set up Google Search Console for. Click on the DNS name servers. And if you don't know how to get to this, just look up DNS records for SiteGround, Bluehost, WordPress, or whatever web host that you're using. So basically you want to navigate into the DNS records of your web host. So once you've clicked there, all you have to do is set up the TXT file information here, and you almost never have to do this unless you're verifying some information or you're setting up something on your website for the first time around. So it's something you do once a year, if that. But you copy the TXT record right here. I'm going to leave the name as is, which I believe I can get away with since they don't require us to name that TXT record. And then I'm going to click on add record. DNS record created successfully. It's as simple as that. And now you head back to your Google Search Console, click on verify. And assuming this went through, it should say ownership verified like it does here. And now we can go to property. And it's still processing data, so we want to check in a day or so. But eventually you'll be able to see more information related to the analytics of how people are interacting with your website. And if you haven't seen my other video, what you want to do is you want to submit a sitemap. So check out my other video if you haven't seen how to submit a sitemap by now. But you've basically went ahead and submitted your website to Google Search Console so that you can start using Google Search Console in a very few steps. Check out my other videos if you want to learn more about SEO. Yeah,